Good afternoon. Vlogs are getting back to normal. Editing more right now still. Just got a client, so that's been good. And been working on that all day. Probably gonna be working on that for the next couple days. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun day on the computer. The other day when I came back from Dragon Con, my brother was in the house. He was helping take care of my grandmother while I was away, since my grandfather's still in Alaska. And I like to pull little pranks on Josh just because he's my younger brother and I like to do that. He was standing right in front of me and I pulled the SIM card out of his phone just because he was doing weird things to my stuff, so whatever. But I forgot to give it back to him. And so he went home and I was just digging in my pockets like about an hour ago and I found his SIM card there, and because I was doing laundry, and good thing I didn't wash it, I guess. But looks like my family is very upset about this. They tend to forget that there was a time when, I did not have a cell phone and was at home by myself, I guess. But now I get to drive about an hour to Buford to their house to give them the SIM card to turn around and come back. So I was not expecting to do this, and just getting ready to do a bunch of the other things on my backlog. And I know it's my fault, but it still sucks, and I'm still annoyed by it. So as I'm getting ready to head out the door, the weather sirens start going off, because there's a catastrophe, storm outside. At least I don't have to water the plants today. And keep in mind, I have a tiny little Chrysler convertible. It is not weather resistant, despite the fact I know it'll drive through a hurricane. That's my experiences in Miami. I just feel like this is a bad idea. When I see something pretty sad, I can't believe this happened, and I'm so sad that this is happening. But I guess I'll show you. Pains me to show you this. We have here a fairly decent Corvette. It is a 2001, I believe, or 2000 limited edition C4. It was the last year they had the flip-up headlights. But you'll notice the hood is open, and that is because it has been sitting in this garage for over a month now without being touched. It's got a pop tire, and tires are expensive, and so the battery died. So what I have to do is jumpstart the Corvette with my Chrysler Sebring. So it's depressing. It's happening, but I guess it's working because the light came back on. Let's see if so sad because you hear my little. I actually have a 6-cylinder in that Sebring, so it's not as bad as it sounds, and it's got some performance upgrades in it. But just compared to the roar of this thing, it's not even fair. Wow, there's no one in this car. This is depressing. I can't believe that just happened. Hey everyone, it's a pretty short day today. I, had the fun of trying to jumpstart the Corvette with my Sebring. It was taking a really long time. Got it partially charged. I ended up having to, like I said earlier, run to my parents' house to drop off my brother's SIM card, so I wasn't able to finish charging that battery. I hope I didn't do any permanent damage to it. I'm going to try it again tomorrow. I'm really worried about that car because I hope, I didn't permanently kill the battery. But it was beyond my control. There was nothing I could do about that. Looking forward to being back on schedule. Probably, I don't know. Because today is Thursday, and this probably isn't going to go live until later. So, Dragon Con really threw off my schedule. I'm about to do something. I can't remember what. I got 2-Stash up behind me. We just covered all of PAX Prime. That was this past weekend. If you guys got any games that you were curious about, we probably covered it. And as well as we've got some others too. So give it a look. I'll put the link to our site below and just click around. Have a look at some things. Please turn off ad block. I know you probably don't want to, but it's how sites like us get by. Adblock, I never understood the evil that was Adblock until I was on this end of it. You know, major sites, you know, they hate it too, but they can get by without it. We can't. So, you know, I strongly encourage you to turn Adblock off, especially if you're going to a lot of smaller websites that need ads. Well, look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. When I'm back at it.